China is offering training programs for dictators around the world, molding them into the Chinese Communist Party's own image. Welcome to John Uncensored. I'm Chris Chappell. The Chinese Communist Party is a brutal, communist, authoritarian regime that uses rape as a form of torture. Also, hello! I'm not the best at small talk or icebreakers. And China is more than happy to export that model to the rest of the world. Behind closed doors, China is pushing political training programs that promote authoritarian governance across the global south. And it's every bit as nefarious as it sounds. Niva Yao, an expert who specializes in Chinese Central Asian relations, obtained hundreds of files from the Chinese Ministry of Commerce dating back to 2021 and 2022 to show what China's been up to. The files she shared shows how, in China's own words, the CCP's aim is to encourage sympathy to Chinese narratives and to help countries adapt Chinese practices. So less an exchange of ideas and more organized propaganda. I get those two things confused all the time too. As an example, this seminar on national governance for presidential advisors of developing countries straight up says it aims to introduce the contents, principles, and values of Xi Jinping, The Governance of China, Volume 1 to 3 to developing countries. In other words, China's actual main export to these countries is indoctrination. It goes on. The project aims to equip head of state, senior advisors, and cabinet members of developing countries with a comprehensive understanding of China's national governance practices and capacities, with a particular focus on practices of social mobilization and management, which is a fancy way of saying lockdowns and anti-protest crackdowns. Why it takes 3 volumes to teach that, I have no idea. I just summarized it in one sentence. Brevity is the soul of wit, you dolts. But what China really wants is what communists always want: control. According to the report, the objective is to expand the international influence of the modernized governance system of China. Yes, the very same modernized governance system that commits genocide, has built a massive surveillance state, and bullies smaller nations with axes and knives. Sounds super modern if we were living in the Dark Ages. But the ultimate goal, of course, is obvious: a global South that does whatever the CCP wants, whenever it wants. Another example of China's training programs is this seminar on new media for Belt and Road countries. It aims to analyze China's media integration and innovation theories, share news writing, program creation, and material collection practices, and promote common media development. In other words, to teach other nations how to become like the biggest jailer of journalists. There are lots of other concepts in these training programs that sound eerily Orwellian when you think about who's doing the teaching. Introducing Chinese university governance model led by the CPC Party Committee sounds like teaching how to have direct party control over academia. Intelligent monitoring and smart city infrastructure sensors? Need I say more? The course is great for anyone who read 1984 and thought, okay, but how can I become Big Brother? Good rule of thumb, whenever you see the word management for anything connected to communism, think control. So when the seminar aims to explore population development and management, well, we can guess what they mean. What's really interesting is that these training programs don't seem to be just about promoting Chinese authoritarianism. They have another purpose: helping China spy on the countries it's teaching, which is shocking, I know. This program about how to spy on our citizens is spying on us? How could I have seen this coming? I'd better finish the program to help me figure it out. The worst part is, it isn't even really spying, because the officials in these nations are personally handing the information to China in regular reports. Foreign officials are asked to write about current developments in their country related to the training subject, their country's current cooperation and partnership with other countries on that subject, and potential ideas for collaboration with the PRC on that subject. What an ingenious way to get people to provide intelligence, just to sign homework. Beyond just receiving the inside scoop on current affairs in these countries, China can easily use these kinds of reports to identify who would be most willing to work with it, and even who might be the most bribable. But that's not all. China can also use these seminars to gain further access to sensitive information while teaching participants about security-sensitive topics. Oh, and would you look at that, China offers training on information security technology and port management. This gives a whole new meaning to teachers learning from their students. In the end, China's #1 goal isn't really to promote economic and social prosperity to other countries like it claims. Its top priority is to promote CCP dominance and to make everybody bow before it as the world's role model. But as long as the CCP stays in power, even countries friendly with China will get screwed over. Now, the CCP hates it when I scrutinize what China does abroad. That's why Chinese state-run media has called China Uncensored disgraceful anti-China garbage. And also probably why YouTube's algorithm isn't exactly what you'd call on our side. But never fear, because we have a new premium website over at ChinaUncensored.tv. It contains all of our China Uncensored content, along with the content from our other shows, America Uncovered, China Unscripted, and Gamers Unbeaten. Subscribers get access to unique videos, exclusive live streams, and more. So head over to our new premium website to join the fight against the CCP, and so much more. It's also a great last-minute Christmas gift. Once again, I'm Chris Chappell. Thanks for watching China Uncensored.